Hello and welcome back to our Pokemon Elite Redux playthrough. We are here today with the Sunny Castform team once again, but I have added one new member because I want to try out some Chlorophyll on this team. I think we have some good old Fire Strength and that is working just fine, but one thing that we haven't implemented is Grass types into this team. We have Popcorn obviously, but Popcorn, we already know Popcorn's fantastic. Today I want to try out Hisuian Lilligant because this is a Pokemon that, first of all, I just haven't used, like, at all ever, so that's kind of fun. But also, it does get access to Chlorophyll, along with some other abilities that make it seem like an incredibly strong Pokemon on a Sun team, which is Speed Force, which obviously works very well with Chlorophyll. We have Blade Dance, making anytime we use a dance move, we get a 50 base power Leaf Blade, which I think still also has the higher crit rate and also gets affected by stab, so that's incredibly strong. Also, we have the ability to make all of our attacks dances, meaning we always trigger that 50 base power Leaf Blade, which gets stab, I think. So that's incredibly strong. We have a Life Orb as well to add some damage. We're running an Adamant Nature for more damage, because our speed should be high enough with just Chlorophyll. If there's ever a fight where we end up losing because we're missing 10% speed, we can always change it, but I don't foresee that happening anytime soon. Our EV spread is rather simple. We are running max attack, max speed, 4 points of HP, because 1 HP, you never know, it could matter. But we also are running some interesting moves. First of all, Solar Blade in the sun. This is kind of what led me here in the first place. I was messing around with Lurantis, thinking about Solar Blade, but that doesn't get Chlorophyll. So we aren't using Lurantis, we're using Hisuian Lilligant instead. But we have Solar Blade, which is going to be incredibly hard-hitting. A base 125 power move. It's always going to be a one-turn move because we're going to be in the sun, hopefully. If we're not in the sun, this Pokemon drops off dramatically. But we should be in the sun. So we should have a very powerful Solar Blade. We have Cross Chop for two reasons. One, we don't have that many fighting-type moves. We don't have access to, like, close combat. Also, I'm very curious to see if we can get 2 Leaf Blade powers go off if we hit twice with a move. I don't think it'll happen like that, but if it does, I'm gonna slap Bullet Seed onto this thing. And then we have High Horsepower for coverage, and we also have Axe Kick, which is a very interesting move. Base 120 power on this Dark-type move, with a 30% chance to confuse, but it does hurt on miss like a High Jump Kick. So very interesting move that I would like to hit someone with soon. We'll see, we'll see. The one downside to running Chlorophyll on this Pokemon, though, is it means that we can't make use of Hustle or Dancer, which are also very good abilities. Hustle being much better in this game than it normally is, for sure. That is a massive upgrade to Hustle that actually makes me kind of want to use it. Obviously, Chlorophyll does work well with Speed Force, so we're going to see how it goes today. And this'll probably be the last time we use Castform for a while. We've done a lot of Castform lately. I have been greatly enjoying using Castform, don't get me wrong, but I do think we're going to start adventuring into terrains next episode, more so than weather conditions. And the reason for that is I'm kind of saving Rain Dance for when we get to Flannery. I should be fine sunny day against a Dustox. I can't see anything particularly bad stopping me here. Yeah, I would like to save Rain Dance for Flannery, even if it's terrible against Flannery herself, which it very well might be, because let's be real, I don't think the gym is going to be as simple as haha water beat fire. I could be wrong. I'd love to be wrong. But I don't think a rain team is just going to outright, you know, make her useless. I think she will probably have some kind of counter to that. So I want to start messing around with terrains and stuff and, you know, get used to a bunch of different options. Did that thing just do inverse battle? It did. Huh. We do have a Thunderbolt that is super effective. Sadly, this isn't a Alolan Exeggutor, so we don't have a full-time super effective Thunderbolt. Which is a shame, And it does have Magical Leaf. I expected Giga Drain, to be honest, but it does have Magical Leaf, so we will get O-Code. Do we want to try and preserve this? I don't think we have any way to preserve this. If we still had Pyukumuku on the team, we could, but sadly I took it off for Lilligant, which is really awkward because my team now gets destroyed by Grass-type moves in the inverse battles, funnily enough. Little bit inconvenient that that's how that's going, but yeah, I guess we're gonna go for a good old Thunderbolt and just at least get some good damage off. I did see that it had a Citrus Berry, but still, I mean, damage is damage. Respectable damage. A crit would have been handy there, but it's fine. It will obviously get the harvest off because the sun is up, so it's going to have guaranteed harvest. So we can, however, go ahead and bring in Lilligant. And we can see how strong Lilligant is against this Executor, and we can see some big damage numbers, because this thing will now be weak to Solar Blade. Okay, okay. I'm ready to see some numbers. We can go with Lilligant. Let's see how well Lilligant does. We could have also went to a bunch of other Pokemon. It didn't, like, you know, do what our Executor did, which was set up the beautiful thing that is Trick Room and then destroy everything with its multi-headed, hard-hitting moves. Especially after a curse from Kukumuku. I have not forgotten that that monster is lurking in our boxes, okay? That's a really funny sentence out of context. But I have not forgotten. Go Goat. You should get KO'd, right? I mean, a Solar Blade should destroy you. How much damage does Solar Blade do? No, that's Sap Sipper. Okay. And high horsepower, unfortunately, does not KO. It could bulk up, but I feel like it's probably just going to Horn Leech and we're going to get KO'd, unfortunately. We don't really have another option, though. It'd be interesting if the Leaf Blade After Effect somehow went off, but I don't think it will. I think we just click high horsepower. We see what happens. Maybe we crit? We do not crit. Okay, and we low roll. Will the Blade Dance Leaf Blade activate its Sap Sipper? It sure will. We have buffed the Go-Go. This is terrifying. And there's a Horn Leech that's absolutely going to KO us. There is nothing we can do about that, especially with the attack boost going off. That's fine. That's fine. Lilligant will have its time to shine, okay? It will. Well, just not against Sap Sipper Pokemon, apparently. And there's the invert going back to normal, which we would have been fine after that, but I mean, we're not running, like, Protect on any of our Pokemon, so, yeah. We are still in the sun, though, so Darmanitan should just come out and absolutely annihilate this thing with a good old Fire Punch. I don't think there's anything stopping us from just Fire Punching our way through. We still have a Sun Team member ready to go, okay? The Sun Team has not been defeated yet. 843 damage, though. Damage. You love to see it. You do love to see it. Greedent comes out. Can I one-shot a Greedent? 1-inch Punch? Does not KO in one. Wow, that is a thick lad. That's that thick fat. It's a thick lad, alright. Yeah, I mean, we're probably gonna get smacked by something, but I mean, we do still have our good old Focus Sash intact, so we'll just risk the crit, I guess. We do not get the crit, that's fine. We live any one hit just fine. Gyro Ball would probably hit extremely hard because we are very, very fast. Oh, that was some thick healing. Holy. Okay, and there's the Gyro Ball, which does enough damage to, you know, to hit KO, which is unfortunate. This 1-inch Punch is very risky, huh? It does have a high crit rate. I believe. Surely we KO here, right? We did not crit and we low rolled. Okay, well, that's tragic. Goodbye, Darmanitan. Our team has been defeated by reasonably high defense Pokemon, which does make me a little bit worried. Not ideal. We still technically have Popcorn, who's still a member of this Sun Team, slightly. I don't want to have to rely on Pikachu, okay? I refuse. I'm not relying on Pikachu. Bullet Seed KOs. Popping Mayhem does not, because obviously this thing has Thick Fat, but I'm going to click Popping Mayhem anyway, because I want to. Holy, that defense. Yep. That's a thick Greedent. And the last Pokemon on the team that I have not looked at all is hopefully a Grass type that we can just bop because of Sun Boosted. Oh, it's Beautifly. Okay, that should be fine. That should be fine, unless it's running like Sleep Powder or something. But I don't know if it even gets Sleep Powder. It gets Quiver Dance. We should be okay here. Bug Buzz will do respectable damage, but I can't imagine it Okos us. Oh, baby damage. Absolute baby damage. Okay, we do still have stuff like Beautifly as well that we can always use. We have so many Pokemon in the boxes. Like, I have 7 PC boxes filled with Pokemon now. And I would say that a lot of them are Pokemon that I want to use. We did pick up a Spoink. Which makes me think. The Spoink surely gets an evolution if Torkoal gets an evolution, right? Spoink gets an evolution, right? Oh my god, it actually does. Borlock. Hello. It's so ugly. It is so ugly. Okay. With Psychic Surge. Ooh. Ooh, interesting. Psychic Terrain team next episode could be fun. It could be very fun. 110 special attack, 130 special defense. Pretty good special wall. 120 HP, 130 special defense. That is like Cresselia defense stats, ignoring its physical defense, which is obviously worse, but pretty good, pretty good. Do you get Expanding Force? I've got very distracted very quickly. Special moves. Extra Sensory is flinch, never misses, and increased crit rate? Why did it get buffed so heavily? Why did we buff Extra Sensory out the wazoo? What? What did Extra Sensory do to deserve this? Hello? Why is Extra Sensory cracked? Okay, noted. Psybeam, Aura Sphere would be good. Dark Pulse would be good. Dazzling Gleam would be good. That's good coverage right there. Flash. Focus Blast is 75% accuracy. Okay, noted. Hidden Power, Hyper Beam, Thunderbolt. Level up move? No Expanding Force. Oh. 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 I just want to use the Lorantis, okay? The shiny Lorantis that's just been sitting here. It's just been sitting here, okay? Contrary could be really fun with superpower and stuff. Chloroplast could be good because, you know, it makes Soul Blade always works if it's used in the sun. Its base stats are just not good. They're okay, but I looked at them compared to Lilligant, and they are just worse. It's just a worse version of what our Lilligant can do, unfortunately. Speaking of Lilligant, let's see if we can use it in this next fight. I got very distracted. We'll see about maybe adding Borlock to our Psychic Terrain team next episode. I don't know. That didn't make me feel particularly impressed. I'm still just gonna set up the sun, I guess. I didn't feel particularly impressed, but I don't know. Maybe it could get something. I don't know. I feel like it needs Expanding Force, which it might get at a higher level, to be fair. There is always the option of level up moves in their moveset once we get the next badge. Ow, okay. I thought maybe it'd be going for a fighting type move because we were in ordinary cast form and we might live one and then it'd be able to get a blizzard off, but nope. Apparently not. But it's fine. We have ourselves a Darmanitan with Ice Hammer to destroy this thing. The only downside is we might get rough-skinned, which would break our sash. You have Accelerock, we're screwed. Oh. Oh. Well, the good news is this will probably KO. The bad news is rough skin. Which is a shame. No rough skin? No rough skin. Okay, that's good. That's good. And Rampados comes out, which, do you also have Accelerock? You just outspeed me because of the ability that you just had, Violent Rush. Okay, you outspeed me. That's crazy. It does also have Accelerock. Okay, so even if I was to swap, I'd probably be swapping something into a pretty big hit. I guess I'm just gonna click Ice Hammer on the off chance that some miracle happens, but yeah, okay, not happening. Submission, weird move choice, but I guess anything it went for would have KO'd me, so it doesn't really matter. And I guess the good news is we can bring in Lilligant to go for a big fat Solar Blade and do some massive damage. Damage check time. In the sun. Speed boost, super effective. 514 damage. Not bad. Not bad. Pretty respectable. That is solid. I will accept a 500 plus. I love how this game is just slowly becoming like a damage check simulator to me. It really is. We have Axe Kick for you. High Horsepower also KOs, and that can't miss. Yeah, it's a guaranteed KO. I want to click Axe Kick because it is new, but I mean, like, we'll just save it for when we fight, you know, a Psychic type that isn't part Poison. I'm sure we'll come across one eventually. But for now, we'll just High Horsepower. It's fine. The KO is all I'm really after right now, but solid damage being able to just outright KO a Slowking that easily. Very respectable. Why did my Solar Blade get reduced? I didn't KO you with Solar Blade. I KO'd you with high horsepower. What the frick, man? What the frick? And Drampa comes out. You have Fur Coat and a Tactical Vest. Sorry, Fluffy, not Fur Coat. But this does give me a chance to test something. Because like I said, Cross Chop is a multi-hit move. It's going to hit twice. Does that mean that we get 2 Leaf Blade attacks off? If it does, that's absurd. If it doesn't, it's much more balanced. It's still very good, but I might want to run Karate Chop rather than Cross Chop in that case. Let's see. Hit. Leaf Blade? No Leaf Blade, meaning we are probably only getting the 1. I don't think it'll do 2 in a row at the end here. That'd be very strange. Also, no crits on the Cross Chops, unfortunately. Leaf Blade isn't going to do enough to KO from here, so we're probably dead to something. Hyper Beam. We are, in fact, annihilated. We have been reduced to a puddle. Goodbye, Lilligant. Good to know. Good to know that Cross Chop does not activate multiple Leaf Blades. That would be absurd, okay? It would be very, very strong. Let's go to Espeon and set up some Psychic Terrain, shall we? Get a taste of what we might be doing in the future with Expanding Force. I think I'm just gonna, like, look through a bunch of Pokemon that can get Expanding Force as a move on their moveset. Even so, technically every evolution could get Expanding Force on their moveset. Like Jolteon. Jolteon could get Expanding Force on his moveset. It'd be kind of interesting. Wow, Avalugg lives? Sturdy, right? I assume. No Sturdy. Just lives. What a monster. Okay, I mean, we go for it. 98 to 100%. I guess it could still KO? Unless it's Sash. No, it KOs. Okay, alright. I'll take it. I'll take it. We take the KO. Good job, Espeon, showing that the Psychic Terrain might be the way we go. Don't forget what you've done. I'll make it so you can't forget. Excuse me? No. Camping's fun. You can fish, roast marshmallows, and tell spooky stories. Oh my god, I'm convinced. Let's go camping. Okay, listen, we're putting the playthrough on hold. We're going camping with this random guy. That sounds fantastic. Zangoose, do you outspeed me? 155. You don't? Wow. Okay, sunny day. Zangoose is a Pokemon I would also like to use. Zangoose is a Pokemon that has been one of those Pokemon that's always been like one of my favorites that I have just not used. I also really like the shiny with the blue stripe. It's a Pokemon that I really like. I used to use it a lot on this really old website that some of you may have heard of. It was called Pokemon Pets, which was like a browser Pokemon game. Very, very old Pokemon game that added a lot of like shiny forms that buff Pokemon and stuff like that. I don't know how it's going in this day and age, but I was genuinely like top 10 on there, and I spent so many afternoons on that thing, and Zangoose was, you know, my hard hitter in that game. It was great. But in actual Pokemon games, Zangoose does not do well. The reason it was such a hard hitter is because in that game you could get like shinies / versions of shinies. There was a mega for everything, so there was a mega Zangoose, and you could really buff up a Pokemon if you hunted for it. This poor guy is just sending out Pokemon after Pokemon that died of Flamethrower. I am just not having to pay attention to this. He was just so happy. He was like, wow, I love battling. I love going camping. Hey, please stop incinerating my Pokemon. Clefable should live. Okay, he's gonna have one of his Pokemon live respectively. Look at this. Okay, Clefable, gonna take a Flamethrower. Look at that Clefable go. Very impressive. For a second there, I saw in the back of my mind, I just envisioned the crit happening and just, not that it matters, he didn't attack. Calm-minded. All of his Pokemon got incinerated. I feel a little bit bad. Way too strong. I feel so bad. This poor child just got annihilated. Can I go in here? Interesting. Why? I mean, I can break these. I assume there's something hidden on a rock down there? Hi, Geodude. You're so ordinary. It's so weird to see, like, a Geodude in this game and not, you know, Galgamax, Eternamax, Destroyer of Worlds, Believe All Pokemon. But I'm gonna... Maybe there's a rare Pokemon from Rock Smashing that I can find here? But I mean, I can Dex Nav. Speaking of which, have I Dex Nav'd here? I feel like I must have. I don't think I've forgotten to do that in too many areas. I might have missed one or two because sometimes things slip your mind, you know, it happens, but there is Zangus. I will grab one. I don't think we looked, actually. I don't remember many of these. We have Chansey here. Disgusting. We have Clorf. I want to use a Clorf. That could be fun. Fanpy, Scroopy, Flittle. I did say I might run Psychic Terrain, but I don't want to run a Flittle / Exparath or whatever it's called. Ducklet, Swablu. Mega Altaria is a thing. I will keep that in mind. It does have a Mega Evolution, although I'm probably not going to use... I don't think I'm going to use any Pokemon that already have existing Megas. It's certainly not something that I plan on doing. I think I'm going to try and, you know, use new Megas. Popcorn is definitely a Mega that I'm going to be at least looking at, for sure. That one's the one that has my attention the most right now. Just because I know how strong Popcorn is as already. He's such a precious little boy, okay? I will be checking out his Mega for sure. But I'll also be interested in seeing some other Pokemon. So this was just an interesting way to skip a couple of trainers, I guess. If you knew that you could come around the back of this and Rock Smash, then you could... No, not really. No, I guess it doesn't really let you skip anything, huh? Okay, it's just there because it's fun. Which, you know what? Understandable. I respect it. What did I just see? Interesting. Are you gonna say I need something before I can challenge you for Alligator? For Alligator regards you with disdain. Maybe come back when more formidable. Yeah, okay. Alright. I get it, game. I get it. You're not just gonna show me something cool and be like, hey, would you like to fight the cool thing? I get it. Okay. I understand. I understand. What is going on up here? The hikers are trapped in the rocks, and I will be the one to free them. Okay? They need my help. Hey, dude. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm sorry about, like, bonking you on the head, but, like, there's a hiker there. Can you let me through? Listen, I'm gonna run away. You chase me, okay? Chase me away. Look. Run. I don't know why I did that. Tor Temple. Are you gonna set up the sun for me? You are gonna set up the sun for me. Does that activate my Weather Ball? Before I even do the first turn? It doesn't. I got scammed. Flamethrower still does half of its health. Okay, alright. I kind of got scammed out of a Weather Ball, though, which is a bit unfortunate. I would have liked to have, you know, done my setup. Pass. Okay. I do think that can be good on a Torkoal / Tor Temple. I don't think it can be good when you get 2-hit KO'd, though. By a special move, especially. 315 defense. Do you have, like, Body Slam? Oh, not Body Slam. Body Press? You do have Body Press, yeah, okay. That makes sense, then. That makes sense. With Flare Blitz. Physical Tor Temple. Too bad I click special move, you go bye-bye. Interesting, though. Interesting, though. I feel like Flannery's gonna have one of those. Right? I mean, it's the Torkoal evolution. Do I have a Mega for it? No, that'd be too ordinary. No, that'd be way too ordinary, because Watson didn't have a Mega Manectric or anything, you know, simple like that. He had Mega Rapidash. So I shouldn't expect things to be simple. If you can't tell, I'm thinking ahead again. This happens a lot. Special Colossal. I don't actually know what Colossal's attacking stats are. Are they pretty mixed? I know it's got good physical defense. Does it have good enough physical defense to live a Solar Blade? It is neutral. I'm curious. We do have fighting type moves as well. Burned by the Hawk. Oh. That's what that does, huh? Higher special defense than physical defense. That's weird. That's weird. I guess it is running a special set, but that's weird. Okay. Obviously, our moves just got severely weakened. Solar Blade, 81 to 97%. That plus the Leaf Blade should actually still be enough to KO, and that's crazy because we are burned, so our attack is halved. And that's still enough to KO this thing from that range. It had taken a little bit of chip damage, but still, that is nuts that we can still KO. That means that with a neutral hit unburn, we should be outright KOing pretty much anything we can hit with a neutral Solar Blade, which is very good to know. Very, very strong. Semiport, you should get destroyed. Right? Why would you bring this in? Sash, maybe? But listen, I'm dancing like a ballerina. I'm fluttering around this place. You're not going to even see these kicks coming, okay? And then a Leaf Blade's going to hit you right up your butt. It's going to be rough for you, okay? The Focus Sash will not save you. In fact, the Blade will cut the Sash. Yeah, it cuts right through the Sash. Eat more. Okay, you might live, though. You probably live pretty well. High horsepower, though. High horsepower. Wait. Lilligant while burn is tearing through this team. Well, this isn't what I expected today. The Leaf Blade sadly isn't enough, though. That's so tragic. Iron Tail. I mean, it didn't have to KO, so I guess fine, but like, okay. Not generic fire move 1. No? Not generic fire move 1? I mean, we go to Diamantans next up in our Sun team. Okay, alright. I accept. Are you immune to fire? I feel like it would have shown me 0% damage, right? Steel Worker, Fire Lash, Bullet Punch. It might get Bullet Punch, which would be unfortunate, but I'm going to Flame Charge so we can actually get the speed boost. Doesn't Bullet Punch. Nice, we keep our Sash intact. Okay, very nice. We get our speed boost, which means this Diamantans should now outspeed absolutely everything. It was unfortunate that we got outsped by the Rampardos before, of all things, but happens. And an Ice Hammer should hopefully just tear through you. Actually, it doesn't. Actually doesn't. Camrupt. Pick. Never mind. I guess it wasn't calculating the attack boost from our ability when we're in the sun. I guess. Either way, back to the hikers. I will free these hikers, okay? They're being rude to me and they're battling me when I just saved them, which is incredibly rude, but I will save them. Just beat me? No, right? No. Okay, you have a Covert Cloak. I'm gonna be honest, I do not know what that does. I do not think I've ever encountered something with that item before. I've definitely read the description before. I think we even have it in our backpack, and I've probably read it there, but I do not remember what that does. There's a very, very few items that I don't know, but they're basically all from Gen 9. Either way, though, Weather Wall, respectable damage, takes it straight down to Sturdy. You love to see it. And then we get KO'd by a rock move. There we go. Alright, I was going to say, we're getting KO'd by a rock move. It's going to have something. Yeah, okay. Alright, that's fine. It's not a rock. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. We go to Lilligant, and we watch Lilligant do fancy dances on things and flutter around like a ballerina, destroying all of our enemies. That's what we do. I'm clicking Solar Blade because I want to see how high the damage number is. I know anything would have KO'd, but listen. 194. Much lower than I would have thought, actually. Much lower than I would have thought. I mean, Clevo has respectable physical defense. I don't know why I thought it was going to be so high, but still. Next up, Soul Rock. That will take some damage. you're going to take some damage to this Solar Blade, okay? Let's see Lilligant just sweep through this rock team. Sturdy, but, not Lilligant's butt. We're not talking about Lilligant's butt. We're talking about butt there's going to be a leaf blade, okay? Just so there's not any confusion. Okay, good by Soul Rock. We don't care about Sturdy. We don't care about Focus Ashes. We have our check to that. We also have Cross Chop for, you know, not Soul Rock specifically because part Psychic typing, but if there's another Rock type, we also have, you know, Cross Chop still. I haven't changed that to Karate Chop yet, which I could do, but, I mean, the main reason to... I guess Karate Chop, I think, was base 90 power, and Cross Chop is base 40, hitting twice, so Karate Chop is technically stronger, but also Cross Chop has 2 chances to crit compared to 1. So, I don't know, there's options. Wow, that thing takes no damage from Solar Blade. Holy. 185 defense with a Tactical Vest, with Primal Armor. Yep. 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 Yep, that's a thickums. Cross Chop will hit twice. 2 hits that will be super effective. And then there will be a Leaf Blade after that. There is a chance that KOs. I genuinely think Cross Chop has a chance of KOing. It's not a good chance, but there is a chance. So I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. We'll see how much damage we do. There's 1 crit. That's huge. That's a good start. All 3 of these moves that are about to hit a high crit rate. That one's not a crit. That probably seals the deal. I don't think we KO now. We do have the Leaf Blade to go off as well, which will hit slightly harder than those previous hits. So if this crits, it does not crit. Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine. It was a good effort. That's some solid damage to do into an Avalugg that is taking significantly less damage. Okay. That's Tactical Vest, base like 185 defense, 184 I think is normal Avalugg's defense, plus the Primal Armor to halve super effective damage. That's very respectable damage. I am sufficiently impressed with the damage that just came out of Lilligant right there. I actually really like this Pokemon. It is very strong. Avalugg, though, I am going to need you to disappear to this Expanding Force. Goodbye. Maybe we should have saved the Lilligant. I don't know. It definitely was something that we could have saved. I could have swapped something else in, but I probably even could have maybe swapped in a Galarian Darmanitan, but again, I would have swapped it in, and then it would have just been KO'd the turn after by a Rock-type move, because I don't think we'd have been one-shotting with Galarian Darmanitan, so it's fine. Sash, huh? On Cloth. So you're about to get your fancy Anger Shell ability. Yep, okay. You're about to Shell Smash Mini Mode. It is Mini Mode, right? Oh, it's Big Mode. That is actually a little bit scary for us. The reason it's scary is I can't just go to Pikachu because I can't use priority moves in Psychic Terrain. So we have to go to Darmanitan, and if this thing has a multi-hit move, like Rock Blast, we are screwed. 300 attack, 228 speed. You have Accelerock. You don't have any multi-hit. There's no multi-hit, so we should be fine to just go for, like, I'm just gonna click 1-inch punch, nice and simply. We'll live with our Focus Sash, and it's because of this Focus Sash that we live right now. That's a little bit scary. Yeah, that, obviously, very avoidable if I did a couple of things, like save Lilligant so that it could have continued sweeping and sacrifice something else. Not brought in Espeon when I saw there was a bunch of Pokemon with Sturdy and stuff. There was ways around it, but like still, that could have been spooky right. Fire Punch has a chance to KO. We click. Nice and simple. Very respectable damage. You'll have to see it. Okay. But yeah, that's definitely one of those moments where looking at the opponent's team and thinking, hey, that could be spooky. Maybe we should save something for that. It would have been smart. It would have been smart, but still. A victory is a victory. I will save you, Hiker. We'll save this last Hiker today. Yo, dude, listen, I'm gonna need you to move, buddy. Okay, I've got to save this hiker who's gonna be incredibly rude to me and battle me. But listen, it gives me another chance to use Lilligant, which is kind of fun. Do we keep using Lilligant? Because I did say that I was gonna swap to a Psychic Terrain team, but also I am kind of having fun. I want to Solar Blade that. I want to Solar Blade that. I want to Solar Blade that so badly. I want to see Big Numby. I want to see the Big Numby. I might swap. I might swap to see the number. Stealth Rock? That's actually really unfortunate for Diamanitan. That absolutely did. Okay, this battle could go poorly. You have a great Tusk. Okay. You have a Rocky Helmet. Interesting that it... Okay. Cool. Has Sturdy. Oh, okay, but that's fine. We've broken that. Has Solid Rock, so it won't take a crazy amount from a Solar Blade. I think I'm just gonna Thunderbolt. We'll probably get hit by a Power Gem here, but honestly, it's a Corsola. We get a crit. Lovely. Okay, alright, I'm glad I stayed in. I want to make sure that we actually have Pokemon around, because Great Tusk scares me. I don't know what it does in this game, but it's a monster in general, so it's probably fairly strong. We'll just Flamethrower for good damage. No reason to go for Blizzard, but Flamethrower hits harder. Possibly a Burn? Oh my god, he's just that good. He just predicts the future. It didn't matter. That's such a shame. Last form, you tried. You did so well. You tried. I'm a little bit saddened by that, I won't lie. But it's fine, we have our Lilligant, we can bring it out, we can Solar Blade, we can do big damage. It's fine. It's fine. We click Solar Blade, let's see the Numby. 5 something. 559. Nice. Nice. Alright. Respectable. Also, it started with a 5. I got it right. I'm happy. Excuse me, Great Tusk? Got something stuck in your throat there? That is not the cry I was expecting. Booster Energy. We outspeed. Ground Fighting. Thick Fat, Mighty Horn, Aftershock, Photosynthesis. Yep, just Booster Energy. Not as scary as I was expecting. Mega Horn and a Berserker Horn would KO me, sure, but not anywhere near as scary as I was expecting. This is fine. I love the sprite. I do love the sprite. That is a good sprite. I'm absolutely convinced that Pokemon look better with sprites than they look in 3D, and no one will ever change my opinion on this. I think that spriters do such a good job in these fan games, in pretty much every fan game that I've played. I feel like spriters do such a good job, and the 3D models of Pokemon nowadays look like Play-Doh. I just love 2D sprites in Pokemon. Give me my turn-based sprite Pokemon games, man. That's one thing that has me slightly concerned about the new Pokemon Legends, is I'm a little bit worried of how the battles are gonna go, because some of the battling looked really goofy in the trailer. So I'm a little bit nervous about that. I really loved the last Pokemon Legends, so I'm hopeful, but I am nervous at the same time. We Solar Blade. A Shell Smash will be scary, but still, a Solar Blade plus Leaf Blade combo on these high rolls, that was good. That was good. This Leaf Blade should KO. I think we should be fine even if it's low rolls. Nice. Nice. We don't care about your shell smashing teams. We don't care about your sturdy. We destroy enemies with Lilligant. You'll love to see it. I wonder if this is the last trainer on this route. If it is, I might do it. Quick sneak past. Reveals that this is the last trainer, so we'll go ahead and wrap up the last trainer for today, I think. And then we can head into Meteor Falls next episode. I like that. Let's see how scary you are. You have an Abomasnow? That should be destroyed in seconds. North Wind whipped up an Aurora Veil. That's lovely. Do I care? I might care. It might... Well... I don't know if I care. Remember, our damage gets up dramatically because of adaptability and the sun giving us extra 50%. Yeah, we in fact did not care about that Aurora Veil. Please go ahead and use your Ice team against my Sun team. Chestnut is not the Pokemon I was expecting to come out next, but okay. That's fine. That's fine. We still have Flamethrower. That actually takes the Flamethrower pretty well. But crits are a thing, right? I predicted the burn last time. This time I predict a crit. It did not crit. That's fine. Chestnut, Jagged Punch. Doesn't KO? Wow. Chestnut continuing to be the worst starter out of Gen 6. Which is a shame, because I love my grass starters, but man, Chestnut is one of those Pokemon that just has not ever done anything. That's so rude, but it's so true. I want to like it, I do, but man, Quilladin? Quilladin. I don't need to say anything else after that. Quilladin. You know what I mean, right? You've all seen Quilladin? Okay, alright, just making sure that we've all seen Quilladin. Brambleghast living, though, with the Focus Sash. Lots of Focus Sashes and Sturdies today. Shadow Claw will chaos, but that's fine. Just give me an opportunity to go into the Lilligant and destroy things, okay? Regain health? That's fine. That's fine. Listen, you're still done to an Axe Kick. In fact, we're clicking Axe Kick. Let's see if the next Pokemon that's coming out after this might want an Axe Kick more. I think Hisuian Decidueye is part fighting, so we definitely won't be Axe Kicking. Cross-chopping that or something. So we're going to Axe Kick this, because I want to click the move. That is, in fact, a kick. I wasn't sure what animation it would have, so I wanted to click it at least once. But yeah, that was, in fact, a very ordinary kick. Still, Grass Fighting type versus Grass Fighting type here. This will be a little bit interesting, right? It might have a Flying type move for us, so we probably lose. But Cross Chop, that damage is respectable. Both hits of Cross Chop have a chance to crit. We go for it. Let's see. No crit. No crit, but Leaf Blade. Also 69 damage, nice. The Leaf Blade. Will it be enough? The superior grass type has been found. This is it. Lilligant is the superior grass type. I will be not accepting any counter arguments. You've been shut down. This is in fact the best grass type, and I have really enjoyed using Lilligant today. I might keep it on the team as we go forward. I don't know what the team's going to look like for next episode. I don't have a clue. But probably some psychic types as we try out Psychic Terrain a little bit, I think. Either way, right now, if you guys have enjoyed, leave a like down below, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado,